My life has been full of terrible misfortunes, most of which never happen. This quote from Michel de Montaigne invites us to a profound reflection on the nature of anxiety and our capacity to create suffering in our own minds. But who was this insightful individual, capable of distilling such timeless truths with singular elegance? Imagine a 16th century intellectual at the height of the Renaissance, a French nobleman who, tired of courtly games and the religious wars that plagued Europe, decided to retreat to his tower, not to isolate himself from the world, but to delve into himself. This was Michel de Montaigne, a revolutionary thinker for his time, who instead of seeking grand answers and complex philosophical systems, turned to the most immediate human experience, his own. His essays are not formal treatises of philosophy, but rather intimate conversations on paper, honest and surprisingly current digressions on the most diverse subjects, from friendship and education to pain and death. Montaigne wrote with a disconcerting sincerity, exposing his doubts, contradictions, and even his weaknesses, creating an immediate connection with the reader. It was as if he were right there, in front of you, sharing his reflections unpretentiously and inviting you to do the same. And it is precisely in this radical honesty, in this relentless search to understand himself, that the addictive power of his philosophy lies. Montaigne shows us that wisdom is not in having all the answers, but in learning to live with the questions, in accepting the complexity of existence, and in finding a path to a more authentic and balanced life. Want to discover how to apply this age-old wisdom in your daily life? Get ready, because now we are going to dive into some valuable lessons that we can extract from Montaigne's teachings and transform our journey. 1. Practice constant self-knowledge. Montaigne dedicated his life to observing himself. To apply this, set aside a few minutes daily to reflect on your thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself why you reacted in a certain way in a situation, what your deepest values are, and what truly brings you joy. A practical way is to keep a journal where you can record your reflections and track your development over time. 2. Cultivate intellectual humility. Be open to learning from others and recognize that you don't have all the answers. When faced with an opinion different from yours, instead of defending your point of view at all costs, try to understand the other person's perspective. Read books and articles on subjects you don't know, and be willing to change your mind when confronted with new evidence. 3. Value personal experience. Don't limit yourself to theories and abstractions. Pay attention to your own experiences and learn from them. Analyze your successes and failures, seeking to understand the causes and effects of your actions. When making decisions, consider your past experiences and trust your intuition without discarding reason. 4. Seek balance and moderation. In a world that often pushes us to extremes, Montaigne's moderation is a beacon. In everyday life, this means finding a middle ground in your activities, avoiding overwork, excessive leisure, or even excessive worry. Seek a sustainable pace of life that allows you to take care of your physical and mental health. 5. Appreciate the simple pleasures of life. Montaigne reminds us that happiness often lies in the simplest things. Dedicate time to enjoy a good meal, a walk in nature, a pleasant conversation with friends or family. Be present in these moments and cultivate gratitude for the small joys of everyday life. 6. Accept imperfection. Be kind to yourself and others. Recognize that making mistakes is part of the learning process and that no one is perfect. Instead of being too hard on yourself for failures, try to learn from them and move on. Extend this same understanding to the people around you. 7. Live in the present. Anxiety often arises from worrying about the future, and sadness from dwelling on the past. Be inspired by Montaigne and try to focus on the present moment. Practice mindfulness in your daily activities, whether you are having coffee, talking to someone, or performing a task. Concentrate on the now. 8. Be tolerant of differences. In an increasingly polarized world, Montaigne's tolerance is essential. Try to understand different points of view, even if you don't agree with them. Be open to dialogue and respect the choices and beliefs of others. Remember that diversity enriches the human experience. 9. Cultivate the art of conversation. For Montaigne, the exchange of ideas was fundamental. In your daily life, value meaningful conversations with friends, family, and colleagues. Listen attentively to what others have to say and express your own ideas clearly and respectfully. Good communication strengthens bonds and broadens our horizons. By applying these lessons inspired by the timeless wisdom of Michel de Montaigne, you can tread a path of greater self-knowledge, balance, and contentment on your journey. May this reflection be an invitation to a fuller and more conscious life. And if this video resonated with you and you found these insights helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Leave your like to support our work and let us know in the comments if this video reached you at just the right time.